And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Cheer League night yet again. And with me, as always, is my co-caster New Type. I'm not even going to bother with the week because I don't know it. It's week 5. Thank you. Cheer League Season 4, week 5. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. We have a fun game tonight. We love these sorts of games. We've got two teams that we've actually run into in the past. Two very different means. Tonight we've got Don't Get a Big Dick versus NORF. Don't Get a Big Dick. We casted a long time ago.
It was a long time,
couple of months ago. And they were fun to watch. And NORF is actually a team that we met in person at BlizzCon. We got to talk to a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
During the random shenanigans, the evening booze fests. But no, it's fun to see. It's fun to see teams that we've had contact with come to loggerheads here and clash. Both these teams have a pretty solid background in Chair League. They've been playing for a couple of seasons and have racked up a pretty considerable tally of wins and losses on both sides here. So, these are seasoned teams. These are old vets, and they're ready to throw down with some Division 3 scraps. I love Division 3. These folks are here for the glory. They're here because they love the game. They're not they're not trying to prove anything. They're not trying to, I'm probably making a lot of assumptions here, but
they're here to have fun, and you know what? We're here to have fun.
I love this stuff. So let's get things started. I understand, we're still a little bit ahead on time, and we haven't quite caught a map yet, as far as I can tell.
Well, before we get started,
sure.
It is a best of one between Don't Get a Big Dick and NORF. And since it's a best of one, the blue team is going to be Don't Get a Big Dick, which they are going to be first pick, first ban, and the map pick will be for NORF.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to get that out of the way. And sadly,
you've got one map. Sorry, go ahead, mate.
Sadly, we're not going to see the upcoming Protoss coming tomorrow. I'm so excited for that. I don't know if you can tell from the sound of my voice. Oh,
I'm very curious.
I want to play Phoenix.
I have all sorts of thoughts on who the next hero could be. The way I see it, there's only, if they put Phoenix in, I don't think they can afford to put him in as a zealot, because it really, really complicates the silhouette pool of the Protoss. I think if we're going to get him at all, we're going to get a Dragoon. I might be wrong.
I want to see a Dragoon. I want to see a Dragoon so badly.
I would be 100%. I would be 10,000% satisfied with a Dragoon.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, what would his ult be?
What would his ult be? Oh boy. I mean, he would need 2. Yeah. So even if you can come up with one good one, you have to think of a second good one. Oh, what if he turned into an immortal from SC2 temporarily and turned into a beast mode tanking machine for 5 seconds?
No, I got it.
All right, let's hear it.
It's a carrier. Carrier has arrived.
That's
no.
Phoenix never characterized me as a carrier. If they're gonna play a carrier, they probably do it with Selendis or one of the other Protoss.
No, I mean Raynor can call in a Hyperion.
I'm sorry, my brain was still going to who might be the Protoss.
Oh no, I meant alt.
Calling a carrier as the alt.
Yeah.
Is that too similar to Hyperion though?
No, because you can make it do other stuff. I mean, Hyperion shoots random stuff in, it could be around you, just around you. Instead of moving, it could just be Starfall around you, but you can move. So it's like a moving Starfall around yourself.
Oh, it'd be the most broken thing ever.
What's that?
Mothership Core, where you can recall your whole team.
Oh my god, that would be so.
That would destroy the game in an instant.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
All 5 of us are pushing bot lane. Now all of us teleported to top keep.
No, because that's medevac. That's medevac right there.
Yeah, but medevac has a wind up time. It's got a load time where you're vulnerable, and it's not instantaneous. I mean, I guess medevac does have that global power.
Yeah,
but
it's
at the
not
same
that
time,
far.
it's so risky with medevac. Whereas like an instantaneous zip, we zipped. I don't know. That'd be. We're just talking about goofy, fun theoreticals now. But
Well, yeah, we're looking for the members of NORF here. So I know we have.
Is it gonna be round 2, man?
No,
I don't know if I could take 2 rejections in 1 week.
Yeah,
my heart can't take it.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk.
I mean, we're
good at talking.
I am making the words like an expert.
Whoa. Like whoa. I'm gonna go ahead and stop you right there and see if I can find some other people. I don't know. I got nothing.
What you're saying is you're replacing me. I'm not pulling my weight. I mean, this is true, but even before tonight and even before we came to this dramatic realization that, let's see here. Sorry, we're getting distracted by the various banter and chat that's going around. But, what else is there to talk about? We got the Western Clash coming up.
Mm-hmm. We have the terrible streaming client that is Facebook Live or Heroes of the Dorm. Man. Come on, it's
we're never going to be on Heroes of the Dorm now.
I mean, it's a great client, guys.
It's a fantastic client. What am I doing with this? It's a fantastic client that I just could not get enough of. And
I got nothing for you. I have a Seattle mug with an Irish coffee in it.
I wish I was drinking anything impressive tonight. I'm not drinking it.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I've had, and I added some peppermint into it. Dude, it is amazing. So, yeah.
I'm just sitting here with my lame drink.
What's your lame drink?
I got a big mug full of milk.
Oh, you're supposed to say it's like a White Russian or something. I don't know. Add some vodka into that milk.
I don't have the apartment is completely dry right now.
What?
I've got to do.
You've drank it all.
I drank it all. I drank it all. It's all gone.
It's all gone.
It's all gone.
All right.
He's dead, Jim. But so right now we are struggling to make contact with one of the teams, and they are kind of running down the clock at the moment, and the rules stipulate that you have 10 minutes past the scheduled time to show up and check in. And at the moment where it looks like the team that we do have with us here right now is willing to kind of push that back a little bit further, but generally if folks don't show up within the 10 minutes, they don't show up for good. Especially if we don't have any sort of communication with their team. I mean, there's certainly other things to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about Jesus. No.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
We want everyone to feel comfortable at the stream here. So no, let's not. Let's not do that. But a lot of things happening so far this week. Not necessarily just in Here's the Storm, but we've had big developments in Overwatch. We've had big developments in StarCraft.
We had a hero launch in not Heroes, but Overwatch. I mean, come on now, that is big news. It was not Doomfist. That's the biggest news.
It was not Doomfist, and anytime something happens in another Blizzard brand, you have to go through that brainstorm where you say to yourself, all right, now how does this character come into Heroes of the Storm? So the new hero, in Overwatch, Oriza, a tanky robotic hero, could potentially be ported over to Heroes of the Storm here. They've got deployable shield walls. They've got temporary invulnerability, which is an ability we've basically seen here tonight. Let's see here. Potential show match. Indeed.
Yeah.
That works.
We'll see. We'll cast something tonight.
Yeah.
I would hope.
I would hope so too.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go 0-2. I don't want to go 0-2 for the week.
Yeah, literally cast nothing. That would
literally cast nothing.
That would be a very disappointing.
It brings a tear to my eye, and you guys don't want to see me cry on stream, right?
I don't know. Do we?
No, you don't. Don't give the audience any ideas, man.
Oh, all right.
Not for free, at least. We need to see some donations here before I'm able to pony up any sort of emotion.
Well,
well, see what happens. So we're coming close to the wire here, and it has, as you probably can tell from the chat, we are waiting on the team NORF to make an appearance, and as as the hands of the clock start ticking further down to 10 minutes past the hour, the window for the official match begins closing ever more swiftly.
Was that poetry?
No, I made that up right there.
Oh, okay, so it's not poetry.
No, it's the inane ramblings of what is normally a half-drunk madman. But tonight I'm just drinking milk, so it's just the inane ramblings of an actual madman.
So inane ramblings of one who can have lactose.
Yeah, you've. Oh, I forgot.
Well, no, I'm not.
So good.
I'm not that bad. It's just I choose not to be. Whatever. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic here. What is the topic?
What was the topic?
What was the topic?
Well, we were talking about Jesus.
Is that where you go?
No,
where'd you go?
I'm sorry. I'm just. It's like, okay, what topic makes the least amount of sense right here? And it's like, okay, well. Anyways, but the what other things are going on? We talked a little bit about an Overwatch hero coming in eventually. Since there is this new Overwatch hero, the big talk of the town for the immediate future is the Western Clash, Heroes of the Dorm, and the new, what most people are assuming to be a StarCraft hero. I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to be a StarCraft hero, given the Twitter reveal that we got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know of any other heroes that warp in like that, right?
Yeah, I can't. Like my brain is telling me like, oh, it's likely going to be a Protoss hero, but at the same time, I feel like we've had a lot of Protoss heroes. I mean, I'm going to be tipping my hand here, and I really like the Protoss race, and I played Protoss extensively. So yes, I'm a dirty force field user. But I feel like they've had a lot of preference in the most recent releases. I'd like to see a Zerg hero. I'd like to see people have been teasing Stukov. I'm trying to recall. We haven't really had a Terran hero in a long time either. As far as my memory serves, my brain is not working very well due to alcohol deprivation. If I'm completely wrong, someone please say in the chat, New Type, you are completely wrong. I'll own up to that. Fair enough. But yeah, I'd like to see a Terran or a Zerg, really, rather than a Protoss.
Sorry,
And I'm seeing, 11 past on my clock right now. So, unless the members of Don't Get a Big Dick want to really stretch this out.
Wow.
Oh, I'm completely wrong. Wow. I am completely wrong.
Everyone.
Oh, someone correct me. Who was it? Now my brain's gonna. Now I'm freaking out. I gotta think this one through here. Who'd I miss? I missed somebody, didn't I? It's gonna be somebody obscure who I like never friggin' play.
I'm sorry, I'm not even paying attention. I'm actually trying to set up.
It's gonna be somebody really apparent, and I'm gonna take my headset off and run away.
I'm trying to set up a show match here, so
go for it, buddy. I'll keep making a fool of myself. Who is it? I mean, like Alarak came during the StarCraft event, and so did Zarya. Those are the two most recent, and there was no other StarCraft hero recently. Has New Type lost his mind? I can't tell. No idea. So, moving on. We talked about new heroes. Moving on, Heroes of the Dorm. I've been following that sporadically. Can't miss our old pal Haloran on the stage, making waves, juking fools, and setting up the spicy casting. He's a fun guy to watch, and I like Heroes of the Dorm. I love the concept of it. I always thought that was a great idea, and I do like that it does get implemented. It does get picked up by places like ESPN. I'm curious to see how it ends up turning out this year. See who ends up winning, and we'll just have to see if anything comes of that. It's odd because in some ways it's very rough. Like the play isn't particularly like perfectly polished that you see at like typical high levels of play, but it's still getting a good analytical read that I like seeing in casts. But have we got a scrim?
It looks like it. I'm hoping it's who I think it is.
I'll have to see. It's me versus the whole enemy team. Oh, quick! Somebody move me to another slot. I like my chances, but I don't like a 5-on-1. New Type and 4 AI cannot carry a team. Well, I'm excited now. We've got a game. The official match has been officially ruled in favor of Don't Get a Big Dick, but we do have something to keep people interested. Something to oh boy. So a lot of these names are familiar. A lot of something to keep the palate sated.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's rewrite this one. So we've got Don't Get a Big Dick versus our mystery team number
which
2.
Is I forget their name. Better Than Yesterday.
Better Than Yesterday. Oh snap! Oh, this cast is officially Better Than Yesterday because we actually get to do something.
So hold on. Let's see here. I'm gonna change the title there, and I guess they're gonna do this. I'm gonna do some quick finagling, and we're gonna have ourselves a draft.
Oh, I love it. Oh, throw out them Pog champs for Better Than Yesterday. What good sports coming to have some fun in this scrim here. So Sky Temple was the map pick eventually here, and that was a map pick by Better Than Yesterday. So it is going to be Don't Get a Big Dick with the first band and the first picks here. Let's talk a little bit about who's competitive on this map and what we might expect.
Sure. So Sky Temple is a bit of a PvE map. You can play this map entirely without, not without, but you can focus on the objectives a lot more on this particular map. And lane control actually is the name of the game here. Sorry. Any thoughts?
The win condition puts an overall timer on this map.
Mm-hmm.
Like eventually, by just playing the map objectives, you're gonna run out. One of these teams are gonna run out of time. Like a map like Cursed Hollow, the map objective isn't quite as it doesn't constrain the game as aggressively as this one can. We do see Murky and Ragnaros banned out pretty quickly here. Murky despite the recent nerfs, still a factor for don't get a big dick. So they decide not to deal with him. They take him off the table, and Ragnaros subsequently banned by NORF. Ragnaros is fantastic on this map.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's just consistently one of those heroes that is always making a ruckus at the early stages of the drafts. Malfurion picked up by Don't Get a Big Dick. I mean, is this?
He's still good.
Are we ever going to get to a point where this guy isn't a first pick?
I mean, we said that.
Pick?
Well, we were worried about that with Kael'thas, right? So, and he eventually got nerfed down to the point where he's not even addressed anymore. So
it took the better part of a year, but yes, Kael'thas was eventually addressed.
So T-minus 6 months, right?
Yeah. Oh, the clock's ticking, Malfurion. Get the games in now before 6 months are up.
Yeah, because he's been top of the meta for about 6 months, I would say, right?
Malfurion.
Mm-hmm.
When did he get his real big change?
It was before
like
BlizzCon.
Yeah.
So maybe 5. I don't know. But Diablo and Falstad picked up. That's an interesting one. Globals on Falstad, very valuable on this map. As well as Gust actually being extremely valuable. And Diablo also can isolate one person while Falstad pushes the rest of the team back. If you time the Gust right, while Diablo is flipping, you can actually push the other team back, rest of the team back. If you time it perfectly.
There's a lot of wombo potential with the two of them. They're also both very competent boss control heroes. Diablo with Apocalypse makes the throw pit a very dangerous place to be standing in. Falstad able to broom the whole area and sweep people off to the outskirts. Varian and Raynor picked up by Don't Get a Big Dick. And I like Raynor. He's been seeing some more use as sort of the next best thing instead of Tychus. He's able to get that damage in. He's able to get that really solid giant killer seasoned marksman style auto attacks in on high HP targets like Diablo. ETC is banned by
that's an interesting one.
I think they were expecting the OHKO Colossus Smash variant, and I can see with
the changes.
Yeah, after the changes, that's pretty much one of the more popular ways of playing him. You go full defensive talents 1 through 7, and then you take Colossus Smash at 10. This gives you a lot of survivability and the ability to get in there, land that Colossus Smash, and then hightail it out under the protective field of your parries. I think that's a good idea. I think it was a good idea to ban ETC here. But Don't Get a Big Dick. They've got options. Supports are still on the table. It's kind of hard to choke out supports here. You've got Rhaegar still. You've got Brightwing for a second global. The damage isn't too intense on Don't Get a Big Dick just yet. So there's a lot of room here. Yeah, Rhaegar is the eventual ban, though.
Yeah, I was going to say the support ban is probably the best choice in this situation because any other ban, you're trying to predict what what the opposing team's trying to compose here. And
do you try for Ariel here?
No, I wouldn't.
Who do you choose instead?
I think Brightwing. I think you're Lucio. I mean,
Lucio is still on the table. It's weird that I've played games with Lucio, but he still isn't in like my. He's not in my vernacular yet.
Yeah, but
my brain doesn't remember here's all the places where he's really good to use. He's good to use with this. Like Diablo's a closer. He's a gap closer, and he really helps with
initiation. He's an initiation.
And if Diablo ends up in a pickle, having Lucio to boost him out of that sticky situation, that's another engagement and disengagement tool potentially for
and that is Lucio and
Lucio.
Yeah. So Lucio's also, I was going to mention, very good at lane switching or shift, bringing a 4-1 up and down the lanes. And you know what Falstad excels in doing is being that one. So this is actually showing off to be a pretty good 4-1 composition coming out of better than yesterday.
I still feel like I've yet to see a really good competent solo laner from Don't Get a Big Dick. I'd like to see somebody who can manage a solo lane.
Raynor's pretty good.
Raynor's okay. His wave clear isn't stellar.
I want to see Dahaka.
I think Dahaka would be a good call here. there's no cleanse really available for Better Than Yesterday until potentially 16 for Karazim or 20 for Lucio. So having the slow on Varian and then possibly the follow-up tongue on Dahaka would be fantastic.
The follow-up tongue on Dahaka.
The follow-up tongue, that sneaky follow-up tongue. But we see Muradin and Kael'thas picked
Muradin and Kael'thas. My God, what year is it?
And this damage is actually really came out nicely for Don't Get a Big Dick.
Oh,
You've got Muradin for the initial stuns. Varian even to help target that stun with a big slow initially. Kael'thas and Malfurion, stun and root, and the subsequent follow-up damage after a Colossus smash is putting, NORF, or I keep saying NORF, I gotta scratch this out.
Better Than Yesterday, yeah.
Putting Better Than Yesterday.
Thrall. I'm gonna call Thrall here for the last.
He's gonna.
Or Sonya. No, Sonya or Thrall. Like a heavy frontline melee. No, actually, Karazim's melee. You know what? Leeming would be a good spot then. I was considering Leeming at first. But I was concerned that there wouldn't be another frontliner with Diablo, but Karazim is a frontliner, sort of.
Yeah, and you've got consistent damage from Karazim and Falstad if they're played effectively. I think a burst damage would be very beneficial here. I think Leeming isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, either that or Thrall. I mean, Thrall's just good.
Jaina is picked
good
instead.
too.
Jaina,
I
like this.
Dem legs.
I know, 10 out of 10 skin there. Perfect choice. Better Than Yesterday. They knew who they're playing for. But I love the potential setup from Don't Get a Big Dick. You've got an initial engagement from Muradin. There's no real damage to cut through that HP of Muradin. Falstad could theoretically go for an auto attack build, but you don't typically see that get too much play compared to a Mage Stat build that could do lots of nice AoE damage, stretch those Malfurion heals out. We'll have to see. Oh no, someone got clobbered. It's clobbering time, spamming the emotes. We appreciate your enthusiasm, but we like to limit it to less than a dozen kappas at a time.
Nightbot did not like whatever.
No, Nightbot was dropping the ban hammer.
Oops.
No, you're still good. Nightbot with the gentle warning hammer. But yeah, I completely sidetracked myself there. I have no idea what I'm saying. But let's talk about these teams here, what we've got going. In the left-hand corner here, in the blue trunks, we've got Don't Get a Big Dick. Got Silver Bullet on Malfurion. Pylonophone on Raynor. Unmusical on Muradin. Squirrel King on Kael'thas. And Jemp on Varian. And our heroes for the evening, Better Than Yesterday, subbing in here for this fun little scrim on the right-hand side in the red. We've got Marad on Karazim. We've got Titan on Falstad. We got Sechel on Lucio. Zombie Chris on Diablo. And Eric on Jaina.
All right, a little bit of esports going in with a lot of damage going down on Malfurion to start. Zombie Chris, though, getting the counter damage done on him. And Pylonophone actually taking a lot of damage up in top against Jaina. But Silver Bullet does become first blood here, as he's down by the combination of Lucio and Karazim, Jaina. So esports is done, and now back to lanes.
Like the duelists of old. They go and they exchange their first shot, and now it's back to doing the normal gameplay. We see a what is this? A 2-2-1 from Don't Get a Big Dick and a 1-1-3 from Better Than Yesterday. Yep. They really are potentially looking at Jemp in the bot lane here. As soon as he goes in, Jaina pounces, gets plenty of damage in, and Varian without any of those critical, potential protection talents. We see High King's Quest, so potentially Twin Blade Varian coming out from Don't Get a Big Dick. You typically don't see High King's Quest with any other general build of his.
Yeah, sorry about that. I actually don't have my ollies up, so I had to adjust my overlay real quick there. Whoops, and I am not paying attention. So
yeah, Kael'thas is felled in the mid lane, but Better Than Yesterday does manage to still maintain control over the temple. Top lane Muradin is doing work there, pounding away at those Anubis dudes. It looks like it's just a straight up trade right now between the top and mid temples.
Yeah, but Better Than Yesterday is getting the better end of this deal with Falstad picking up all the XP from the bottom lane here, and Varian having to go back and support his team in the upper lane.
Yeah, they got good soak in mid too. I mean, we see almost a full level lead already from Better Than Yesterday. Pulling ahead, we see towers falling in bot lane as Don't Get a Big Dick decide instead to pressure top aggressively, looking to secure potentially that top fort. Diablo might have something else to say about that as he hauls Silver Bullet in behind the lines and secures the kill at the expense of his own life.
Yeah, but Murad also has to leave now too with his HP getting down low. And Muradin, oh my gosh, doing a great job of landing at Stormbolt. Almost securing a kill there. But Seachel in middle here, trying to soak up as much XP as he can, and Falstad is doing a number on the bottom lane, and that's going to be very important for the next phase here.
That's gigantic. Yeah, Falstad secures the kill on the fountain in bot lane, which means the ensuing team fight in bot lane for the second temple phase is already starting with factors in favor of Better Than Yesterday. They're going to have that fountain available for the taps, and they've got the XP lead. Everything is leaning in their favor so far in the game.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job of timing this too. They have 7s. They Better Than Yesterday just went back for to regain their mana, and Hylonophone, oh my gosh, getting really low here at top. Actually going to a second health bar here.
Almost, and with the very edges of that hammer, Titan secures the kill on Raynor. So that's going to be more freebie XP in top lane for Better Than Yesterday, as Falstad is setting himself up for that flight to bot lane in the upcoming temple phase. Boom, timing that.
That is perfect. So yeah, great job coming out of Better Than Yesterday. How do you come back from this from the side of Don't Get a Big Dick?
Well, right now it's level 10 has not yet been reached. Having these siege giants in bot lane is very beneficial for them. It'll help during the team fight that's coming up. It'll help take down some of these structures. The level difference is not that deep. Raynor has got to get down here though, or the members of Don't Get a Big Dick have got to understand when to withdraw from this fight, as a 5-on-4 may be ensuing shortly in bot lane.
Yeah, and Zombie Chris is really deep. Oh, jeez. But Musico actually is the first to go down there, and that is going to be troublesome for the side of Don't Get a Big Dick. It's a 2 for 1. Sorry, 2 for 0, 3 for 0 right now. And Jump here is going to be the 4th down, and that is a 4 for nothing.
Yeah, it's a complete turn, and it's exactly what we were talking about. Recognizing that Raynor was in the top lane, the members of Don't Get a Big Dick need to recognize that they're not going to win in a pitched fight, really commit softly to that bottom temple, and withdraw when necessary. So now the logical step here is for Better Than Yesterday to take the boss. They begin engaging that right now, and there's really not a whole lot that Don't Get a Big Dick can do. They don't have ultimate abilities. They may snag a kill on Diablo, but Lucio has something else to say about that. As we take the fight 10 versus 9, and there's that boss control. Mighty Gust used to immediately secure the boss for Better Than Yesterday.
And not only immediately secure it, ensure a safe escape out of the rest of their teammates. That is fantastically done there. Perfect timing on all of that. I just noticed, I don't think it was a 5-on-5 that last Shrine control phase.
Definitely, it totally wasn't. It was 5-on-4. Raynor was in top lane the entire time.
Yeah, I think they were definitely they definitely needed to run out of there sooner than later, and they suffered as a result of that. I didn't notice that until I saw Raynor in the top
Yeah,
lane.
as soon as they saw, if you're don't get a big dick, as soon as you see 2 or 3 members of Better Than Yesterday, I'm just gonna go to a whole new page here in the notebooks. It's every time I look down at my notes, it's driving me nuts. So you see 2 or 3 members of Better Than Yesterday, you hightail it. They're that close to level 10. They have the numeric advantage. They have the global with Falstad. You're not going to win that fight. But level 10 is now picked up by Don't Get a Big
Did I
dick.
hear a Yogg?
We did see the Colossus smash. I'm really, honestly, quite surprised in this. High King's Quest giving you a little bit of extra damage, but not what you typically see. Ring of Frost goes out, hits 3, catches Malfurion, and the Tranquility is not enough to survive. Varian may be next on the chopping block as Jemp gets body blocked to death by the members of Better Than Yesterday. And that's a 5 on 2 now. 3 kills given up for nothing. Malfurion has to appreciate the strength of that Ring of Frost. That was perfect for Better Than Yesterday. Excellent work there from Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it looks like Better Than Yesterday is going to be very greedy here and take both sides, but Falstad needs to fly out of here, and there's that fly just in the nick of time, getting the heck out of there before the rest of Don't Get a Big Dick descends on top temple. But that was a lot of shots taken out of top temple.
He got approximately a third of the shots out of the top temple. So, I mean, when you're behind like this, when you're a full talent tier behind, a straight trade is an unfavorable condition. So it looks like we're gonna have a party here at the Bruiser camp as Better Than Yesterday does go for the cheeky play, but that control, that zone control, Mighty Gust once again securing the location for Better Than Yesterday.
Yeah, that was a great disengaged Gust there, doing a good job of just. Basically, it was looking like Diablo was going to lose his life for that mercenary camp, but the Gust used as a very effective disengage, and they're going to go ahead and pick up the rest of the temples here, or sorry, the rest of the mercenaries here, and finish painting the map red.
Level 13 is coming up for Don't Get a Big Dick. And if there's a time for them to take an even fight, it's coming up. Raynor popping Hyperion during that last Bruiser engagement.
Variant, that pathing. I saw the pathing on Varian was a little bit unfortunate there. Walking through a party bush basically, and the rest of the members of Don't Get a Big Dick come up to try to engage it, but a little bit too late, and this might be a team wipe here, actually. This is looking like it. Oh, that Gust! They are trying to guarantee a team wipe here with Muradin's big, fat HP pool. Only thing saving his life at this moment in time, but they are desperate to take this. And that last little hop there guarantees that Muradin survives, barely. Oh, man. But Varian is back up.
Titan with the crazy gusts, absolutely putting the team on his back.
just basically enabling the rest of his team to go nuts. It's like what whenever ETC moshes, ETC's not doing too much. He's just dancing, but it allows the rest of his team to do all the heavy work. So you can't forget about that. But wow, engagement or a ult used out of Karazhan here, potentially catching some HP. Fun on Musical actually having to dwarf tossed out of there, and more ults used.
Yeah, Diablo's in deep, but does manage to sneak away. Colossus Smash used by Varian, but he's really isolated now, and he's got to hustle out with Murad and Zombie Chris in pursuit. Jemp dangerously low on HP and is brought down again. Lucio popping the sound barrier to help maintain his team in the final stages of this team fight. And level 16 picked up by Better Than Yesterday. We're seeing a full-blown mage stat build from Falstad, so they don't need no giant killer. They're feeling good enough with that 7-sided strike. to whittle through the HP on Varian and Muradin.
And actually, great choice coming out of Don't Get a Big Dick here. Even though Malfurion does... And, oh, geez. Okay, never mind.
Malfurion got caught by the Temple Guardian and actually pushed into the Ring of Frost.
Oh.
I don't know if it connected on him, but it definitely pushed him from a favorable position to a highly unfavorable one. As Better Than Yesterday grabbing both temples now and are doing damage to the keep level structures. Top keep may go down from this round alone here.
Yeah.
Let me see. Nah, not quite enough shots, it looks like.
So what I was saying before, I was horribly, told that I was wrong.
So rudely interrupted.
Yeah, so rudely interrupted by the truth. Was that...
Find something else to fight over.
was that they saw that top temple was taken, so it was guaranteed to be 4 members in mid, and they were trying to take a 5-on-4. And that was a good choice coming out of Don't Get a Big Dick. Unfortunately, unfortunately, they were not able to make that work with some good banter coming out here. Oh, jeez. But yeah, boss pick.
The forts are down, so if one thing goes wrong for if something goes wrong for Better Than Yesterday in the late game here, and they get it's a 5-man wipe or something along those lines. A keep does not take long to plow down, and the core does not take long to plow down in late game either. Never mind that there's a boss, breaking your own keeps, but still hope here for Don't Get a Big Dick. Varian goes in, does manage to hustle out with the parry, but Gem putting a heap of damage in with that 7-sided strike. So nice.
Yeah, and Pylonophone actually flanking the other team with Hyperion, doing a lot of damage to the back line. Unfortunately, it was for not, because there's just so much healing on the side of Better Than Yesterday with both Lucio and Karazim. Unsustainably large, or Raynor himself cannot take down 2 of those. And Titan going in for the last gust. Oh my gosh, to make sure it's a team wipe here, and that is a 5-0. That is gonna be the end of the game here.
And Better Than Yesterday with the ace at the end here gets the GG. Silver Bullet, we are suitably warmed up and ready to play now. No Johns. But that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
It was nice that these teams got a chance to play together, and it was nice that we got to have give them something to look at, because it's always a bummer when the team you're supposed to play doesn't quite show up for whatever reasons it may be. So maybe something came up, maybe they just couldn't make it or whatever. But nice fun game. Don't Get a Big Dick, just not able to fully realize that late game potential they were banking on. Better Than Yesterday with a very, very solid 2 support play. Lucio enabling that Diablo to close gaps quickly, get that charge in, able to, so much you can do with a hero like Lucio. Karazim's able to get the initial combo off faster, so his movement speed procs naturally.
Yeah,
and Jaina's able to position a little more aggressively. It really helps.
Yeah, and the main thing is you also have Earth Ally that just basically decreases the amount of damage taken in an AoE, and that allows Lucio to handle the incoming burst damage, or at least handle it better. Lucio obviously is suffering from the hero heal over time that he has to sort of like Bright Wings,
Well, Karazim is there in sort of a pinch.
Exactly.
His Breath of Heaven is sufficient to really help counter some of the Kael'thas damage that was coming out, and with Earth Ally and Lucio's natural heal,
and then Cleansing Touch at 16.
Yeah, against Varian and Muradin and Kael'thas, I feel like you have to against this setup. There's just so much potential lockdown from Don't Get a Big Dick, that having Cleansing Touch. I love taking Cleansing Touch at 16.
Yeah.
I think it's the way to go. You get a multi-charge cleanse. You're basically the only character in the game, except maybe like Zarya technically,
Mhm.
to get a multi-charge cleanse, that you can use at will. That's also a mobility ability. I like the build overall from Karazhan.
Mhm.
I like blazing fists. I also like the extra charge talent. If you're gonna go Quicksilver and cleansing touch, you might as well just go all the way.
Yeah.
But nothing wrong with blazing fists. It's still a good talent at 7.
And really, I think Murad did a great job building Karazhan as the second support to Lucio. Lucio doing more of the utility / healing with crossfade, obviously. I mean, Boombox actually at 7 doing a great job of also granting sight. I
like Boombox a lot. I think that's the go-to at 7.
And the sound barrier. How many saves did that provide between the boss?
Number of them.
Yeah, between the boss, one of the merc camps. A couple of escapes. The gust used in conjunction with that. Just great teamwork on the side of Better Than Yesterday. Really, leveling, getting better, but day by day. It's as their name suggests, they are a force to be reckoned with at this point, since they've been with us since I think season 1, if I remember correctly.
Gosh, I have all the notes for the wrong teams, so I'm gonna agree with you for now. But yeah, no, that was fun.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts here? Anything else? Like, I am curious about High King's Quest for the Varian.
Well,
I don't know if I really agree with that one.
Honestly, this comp from Don't Get a Big Dick would have worked about 4 months ago. Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. The problem is there's been a couple of changes on some of these characters that just don't make them do nearly as much damage, or just there's a couple of better options for you at this point. Like, Li Ming is better than Kael'thas, I feel. I know the E is powerful, but you already have Murden. You already have Rainer's stun, sort of, and that pushback. You have a slow coming out of Varian. Like, I don't know. It just, I think
Bullseye comes so late though. Oh, it's so hard to give out. It's so hard to get like good value out of Bullseye because it comes at 16.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you already have a pretty reliable stun coming out of Murden, especially after Malfune's root. If you can catch a root then stun, it's a lot of lockdown already. I think Kael'thas was a little extra lockdown that wasn't required, and could have been used better with a Li Ming or somebody with a little more burst. Romy would have been scary. Hitting somebody on the back line, I don't know. It just there's some potential. There's potential here. I saw some decent flanks coming out of Pylonophone. Is that Pylonophone? Yeah, Pylonophone. Or Pylon of 1. Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Oh my god. We called him Pylonophone the entire game. If we could please get clarification on what this player's name is supposed to be pronounced, we would appreciate it, so that we can beat ourselves up about it later.
No, I read it like 4 times and I was like, wait a minute.
God.
Wait. O-F-O-O. So, anyway, thanks everyone. I think with that, I'm going to call this a cast, right?
There's no beating that one, buddy.
Yeah.
Might as well quit while we've dug our own grave.
Yeah. So with that, you can always follow us on Twitter. I'm Synth Paradox on Twitter, Synth Paradox everywhere. New Type.
And yeah, you can find me at NewType2K6, both on Twitter and on Twitch here. So we do this usually about twice a week. We might be ramping up the schedule just for next week. Might just make a day of it or something. We'll see. But we try to keep things updated. We try to have a calendar that we put out on Twitter for reference's sake once we do secure our games. But
thanks for joining us tonight.
Feel free to follow us. Feel free to click the buttons, and we'd love to have you for the next time.
Yep. All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Cheers.